Hey there folks, Plisken by 51mm here, and today I am doing a video on my deer hunting loadout for this season. I meant to do this before opening morning. Here comes a truck. Doing it here in the garage because the gun room is too cluttered right at the moment, but I'm doing it here in the garage. I meant to do this before opening morning, but I ran out of time, so I figured I may as well do it right now because I'm currently still using all this equipment. It's just a rainy, crappy day out today though, and it'd be too muddy where we hunt to go back there, so we're taking the day off. But anyway, let's start with my rifle. Of course, you all know, using the M1A loaded, chambered in .308. Got a Redfield 4-12 by 40 scope on it, and got my 10-round magazine. And the load I'm running today, or well, this season I ought to say, from my M1A is a .308 150 grain Spitzer boat tail, running 43.5 grains of Varget powder with 210 gold medal match Federal primers, and using Remington and Federal brass. I gotta say, my most accurate load to date for the M1A. When I take my time and just shoot really slow, I get 1-inch groups with it out at 100. Even tighter than that if I'm really doing good on my part of the shooting. Now, I'm not doing away with 168 grain reloads. I will be going back to a 168 grain bullet eventually, but right now I'm playing with the 150 grain loadings in this new load because they seem to be doing very good, and I'm going to try to refine this load as much as I can before I go back to a heavier bullet. Anyway, moving on, I got my Ontario Knife Company Air Force Survival Knife. I'll try and get it out of the sheath here and not cut myself because it's a pretty stiff fit. There we go. Yep. My Air Force Survival Knife. I love this knife. Very nice knife. Now this is the one I've been carrying on my hip for this deer season. Let that car get on by. It's the one I've been carrying on my hip. I sharpened it up last night because I had to use it yesterday going through the woods, and I mean, it's sharp. It was sharp when it came from the factory, but I just felt like I needed to freshen it up a bit. But I've got it so sharp now it could probably, I think it rivals my USN Mark 1 in terms of sharpness. Speaking of my USN Mark 1, I have it tied to my little hip pack here. My dad gave me this hip pack because he has a new backpack to carry his equipment in. So I figured, he figured that I ought to go ahead and latch onto this, and I ought to tell you that this is a good pack. It's a lot lighter than that one that I was carrying last year, and a lot more comfortable too. Anyway, I got the USN Mark 1, back to it, tied to it with paracord. As you can see there, I've got the paracord tied to the strap in the back of it. I'll go ahead and get the knife out. Got my USN Mark 1 here, K-bar, my other favorite little short knife. Very nice knife, very sharp. I'll set it right there. In the pack, I carry my spare ammo, and I've got all these snacks in here because you never know when you need a little pick-me-up. And I also have, in this pocket here, in this front pack on it, I have 5 rounds of 7.65 by 53mm in the pack. Now this is rainy day ammo. See, I got it in the pack because this is going to stay with the pack. I'm not using these to deer hunt with, and they're their own caliber anyway. These are for my 7.65 Mauser. But I've got 5 7.65 by 53 shells on a stripper clip, wrapped in the baggie to protect it from the elements in case my pack ever falls in water or stays out in the cold or something. And then I've got 5 strippers, well, 5 rounds on a stripper of 308. Now this is my hand load that I just talked about, the 150 grain Spitzer boat tail, a Sierra bullet with Remington brass and 43.5 grains of Varga powder. And I also have them wrapped in a baggie in case my pack ever falls in water. That way the bullets are sealed up and hopefully won't get wet, and hopefully I never drop the pack into the water or anything, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. And I've got the ammo wrapped up. Now these are, like I said, rainy day rounds in case I'm ever out and I have either of the 2 rifles. Like say I either have my M1A or my Mauser and I don't have any ammo for it, like I forgot my ammo at home and I need some spare rounds, and these rounds will be in the pack and I can just pull them out and load the rifle up, and that way I always have ammo. I also have 223 5.56 ammo in this little pouch here for the AR, and then back here on this back pocket I have 5 shells of 243 on the stripper clip in a plastic bag for the other 2 rifles that I have. That way I have ammo for all my main rifles available at any time in this little, it's more of a shoulder slung bag. I guess you could adjust it around your hip too. But I always have ammo on hand for any of the rifles in case I'm ever out with this particular pack and I forgot to bring ammo for, say, my AR or my Mauser. And here on the end I have my canteen. It's got a new U.S. surplus military pouch here. I bought this from Amazon. I don't know if I've ever done a video on this particular pouch yet, but it's a lot better than my old one for my canteen, as this one has metal clips that go around the belt and you can hang it to your belt, and if I need to get a drink I just undo these buttons here. I pop these buttons out and I can just pull the canteen out and take a drink, and then when I'm done put it back. It also has a metal can in the bottom in case I ever need to boil something, like set it over a fire. That came with it. I just set it back down in there and then clip it back. And canteen, easy to reach and easy to get a hold of and put back and have on you. And then of course I've got some extra wool gloves. Got some blue ones there. I wore these in a video where me and my buddies shot a Rock Island Armory 1911 Commander model, I believe. It was a little small snub nose 1911. That's been a few years ago. And I had somebody get, like, they really got mad that I was wearing these in that video in the comments for some reason. They made their criticism starting with the fact I was wearing blue gloves very apparent, and then the rest of it was just kind of nonsense. I'll link that video in the description or pinned comment below. It's actually a pretty good video. Me and my buddies were just shooting a 1911, having some fun. And then of course you got to have your orange cap when you're out in the woods. You got to have that on your head so other hunters know where you're at. And I have no problem with this one at all. I love it. It's nice. I think it's, yeah, mossy oak. And it's neon orange. You can see it from quite a ways. And I always have that on me when I'm out deer hunting. So that's my 2019 deer season loadout. I've got a little bit of everything. That's just my main loadout here. Of course, my dad, he has some stuff that he has in his backpack. He packs around his Remington 700 CDL 30-06. That's his primary hunting rifle for this deer season. So we got a pretty lethal combo, me on the semi-auto 308 and him on the 30-06 bolt action. Yep, and he has his own knives, gutting knives and stuff. Can't have too many of these in case you forget a fixed blade and you need to gut out a deer. So that's why I've got my two. And besides, these come in handy with clearing brush when I'm out walking through the woods, because I got caught up in briar thicket yesterday. I was out walking and I had to take out my Air Force Survival and cut the barbed wire bushes off of me. So come in handy there, and the USN is back up. That's why I have it on my pack here. Well, anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. I've been getting requests from some viewers. Andy Prairie Dog was wanting me to do a video on shotgun barrels and the different types, because I did a video here the other night where I was talking about new shotgun ammo I have for my M1200 that I intend to do an ammo test on. And I'll get to that, and I'll get to that shotgun barrel types video here in a little while. I think I'm just going to wait until after deer season where I have more time. That'll be an interesting video that I feel like I'd like to do too, because we got a few shotguns that I could use as examples for different barrel types and lengths. Well, anyway, this has been Plisken by 51mm. See you all in the next video.